Hey, good evening, everybody. Sammy Thunder here. Welcome to another live stream. Vintage chill and chat, or chat and chill. I'm not sure. I think I did chat and chill this time around. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what I kind of intended to do was to start this off with just to kind of hang out and chat with some of y'all. And pretty much what I had in mind was I think the footage that I did, um, showcasing the cards in the 5 year span as far as how prices have gone over that time. I figured I'd do that over a live stream. It's a little bit experimental as far as trying to do all that and coordinate it, but I figured why not? Let's give it a try. I picked out some cards from the collection. Hey Steve, thanks so much for coming, man. Appreciate you jumping on. So what I was going to do is pick out some cards from the collection, and I was going to show the vintagecardprices.com and look at the history of the grade over, let's do a 6 year span if possible. And I chose two baseball cards and two basketball or cards, so to speak. And what I'm going to do is we're going to compare the prices of how well they sold in the fall and winter versus spring and summer. I have a theory that baseball cards drop off when the season's over, and then basketball cards kick into gear when the season starts. So basketball cards, I think, would do a lot better in the winter, where versus baseball will do a lot better in the spring and summer. So we're going to look into that, and I figured why not? Let's kick it off. We'll give it a try. I'm going to bring up my screen here. Hang on a second. Okay. Just want to make sure that we are good. It looks like I have VCP up so y'all can see everything. Let me just first, you know what, before I do that, let me stop it. And I just want to show the card we're going to do first. We're going to look at winter prices. Try to get all the winter prices. Hey, Ray, thanks so much for stopping by, man. So, let me leave a link as well. I know there's a couple folks in the live stream right now, but if you want to join in, by all means, hop on board. I left the link in the chat. So yeah, first card we're going to look at is the 1969 Johnny Bench. This is a popular card amongst collectors for the sheer fact that it's his first solo card. So we're going to look at that in an SGC5. I'll try to get roughly the same grade if it's possible. But I want to look at Johnny Bench's the 69 bench prices in the fall and winter, and then I'm going to look at prices in the spring and summer over a 5 or 6 year period. I'm going to enter them on a spreadsheet on my phone, and then which is going to spit out a graph. Once we have that data, I'm going to showcase it so y'all can kind of get a visual representation of what that looks like. Because I'm curious, how does Johnny Bench, how does this card fare in the fall, winter versus the spring and summer? We'll take a look. We're going to use vintagecardprices.com as our resource to do so. So let me bring that back up. Okay. So I'm going to go to the search and we'll type them in. 1969 tops. And the number is 95. That makes it a lot quicker to find Johnny. And what we'll do is we'll see the SGC in a 5. So click on the link, and what I'm going to do is we're going to look at the entire history, and you can kind of see the graph already shows it here. But so I'm going to try to stick with auctions and primarily. So here's one that sold for $100 in November 2023. So we're going to work backwards here. So this is going to be the winter. Fall and winter. So we started 100 in 2023 around November. Let's go back a little bit further. And so it looks like last November, around the same time, one sold with 23 bids for 123. I'll just round up for argument's sake. So 124. So it looks like it was a little bit up more in 2022. If we go to 2021, I guess that's kind of where it's. Oh, my mistake. I need to click all here to see the entire listings. Okay, now we're back in business. So 2021, All right, so 2021, this is interesting. It actually, probably this is where it peaks. 154 will round down. So I'm going to put 154. And I'll show you the graph when we kind of get close to, I'll share that screen as well so y'all can see it. And 2020, let's look at that. So it looks like in 2020, November, around the same time, it was around 83.75. We'll round up to 84. And 2019, around the same. We got about $100. That's interesting. It kind of, well, this one was best offer. So, let's see if there's any auctions. No, not really. So I'm going to have to use the buy it now option, which is 100, but nonetheless, still useful. And then the last year I'm going to get is 2018. And it looks like in 2018, the closest I can get, it's not as, it's more April, so that's kind of more spring. There doesn't look like any SGC 5s sold in the winter of 2018, but I'll just use, I hate to use this number, but maybe I can get one. All right, we'll use 2016 in this case, which is a huge jump, but $41 for 2016. Very interesting. I'm going to just see who is here. Hey, how's it going, Orlando? Jay Pylon, thumbs up. Absolutely. Let's leave a thumbs up. So, interesting to see the dynamics. For Johnny Bench, I'm going to show the graph in a second, but now we're going to do the summer. Same sort of situation. I'm going to start from the very top, and we'll look at summer prices. So I'm going to look at the kind of like July, which is the, or look at June, because it looks like the July was a buy it now. I want to try to get only auctions if possible. So 2023 in June, looks like this sold for $135.50. We'll round up to 136. And we'll go back to 2022 and take a look. 2022 looks like we had one that sold for $152.50. So we'll go round up to 153. We'll go look at 2021 around that same time. Doesn't look like many were sold in 2021, which is a shame. For the spring, for SGC 5s. So we'll have to skip a year and see if we'll look for 2020, we have 61.08. So we'll go $61. 2019, 70, we have a, let's see, 75 best offer. So, and let's see if we have any 2018s for that matter. 2018, we'll have to use the May. So let's see, May, July. We'll use the July. So 95 and 2018. For 2021, I don't want to leave a gap. So I'm gonna use a 4.5, or we'll use a 5.5 as a reference here. So it's, again, it's not gonna, this data is not gonna be perfect, but yeah, it's funny. 5.5 2021, nothing sold there. So let's go to 6 and see if we can get something close. And 2021, all right, so a 6 in July of 2021 sold for $157.50. So I'll put that down as 158. All right, so got my two pieces of data so far. And what I'll do now is I will switch over to the screen with the spreadsheet, which hopefully that will be helpful. I think it'll be kind of interesting to see the dynamics in the two different charts. So let's see if I can, okay. All right, let me see if I can bring that screen up for everybody. All right. One second. This is going to take a second to bring it up. So, all right, I'm going to bring up the spreadsheet now. Hold on, let me make sure that y'all can see it. I think y'all can see it. Okay. So it's kind of interesting to see the dynamics here. So we're looking at the winter portion of things right now. So 2018, you had one that sold about 41. 2019, one sold for about 100. 2020 sold for 84. That peaked at 2021, and then it's kind of been dragging down since. And that's for the winter sales. I'm curious to see if there's any sort of match between the two graphs. And so I'm going to add a row below. Actually, excuse me. Add a row above, and we'll put this is Johnny Bench W for winter, and Johnny Bench. I'll call it spring or summer. And I'm just going to copy the data from here, and we'll compare the two on the same graph. And so it's interesting when you look at like around 2018, you see the huge jump in the difference there. But 2019 is interesting because it looks like 2019 there was a better sale in the winters than there was in the summer. 2020, interesting to see that the winter was a little bit better. And 2021, they both kind of were very close. And then 2022 and 2023, it looks like the spring summer sales kind of outweighed the winter, but kind of a mix. Pretty interesting to see that dynamic there. Just wanted to see the chat. Hey Sam, I was just watching your trade with Orlando. Yes, that trade was fantastic for both of us. This is Christy Mathewson. That was part of the trade. Oh, Jay's jumping on.
Shorts. Good little, see those tags?
Hey Jay, I think your microphone is on, man.
And all that different stuff.
Hey Jay, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You're on, man. I pulled you on.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to dual stream us. I'm on my channel live too.
This is like this is like what's that movie? I can't remember the name of that movie. Inception. We're going down a wormhole.
Yeah, there's dual streaming. So I was thinking I was gonna just jump. I was live streaming and I said, "Oh, Sammy Thunder is no. You're good. You're good. It's all good." I said I was live streaming and I said Sammy Thunder's on. Orlando was over there, so we jumped over here and started watching you. And then I was just talking while you were talking, and I was like, "Well, Sammy, what does Sammy have going on? He's showing us his SGC prices and things. Let me just go ahead and jump in there with him and on my channel at the same time." So I've got viewers watching you from my channel and the viewers that are in your channel. So we're all getting connected over here.
This is kind of a collaborative effort, so I appreciate that. And if anybody wants to join, I'll leave the link in the channel.
Which I also have my link up here on your channel, or it should be too. If you guys want to link over to his stream within another stream, said Chance.
Wild. Absolutely wild.
Doing good, said Connor. Appreciate you, Connor. Appreciate you, Chance.
But yeah, I was kind of just doing a thing where I wanted to kind of compare the differences between how baseball cards perform in the winter versus how they perform in the spring and the summer, and also with basketball as well, which is why, let me see if I can bring it back up.
Did you find some correlation between it that really?
Well, we could take a look right now. So I've only done Johnny Bench right now so far, and Johnny Bench, granted we're only taking like one sale per year.
Okay.
But so the green is the summer, and then the blue is the winter. And so in 2018, the summer performed better. 2019, winter performed better. 2020, winter performed better, which is interesting. And then then you can see the 2021 peak rise in the hobby. Things kind of just took off completely. And then since then, we've been, you could kind of see the same sort of drop off between both the summer and the winter sales, roughly. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see that. Yeah. And
just making sure that my stream doesn't overlap the sound.
Oh, okay.
You're good. It's all coming in pretty good.
But yeah, so now granted, this 41 I had to take from 2016, so this one's a little flawed. I would imagine that if something did sell in 2018, unfortunately I couldn't find a sale for an SGC 5, which is the parameters. It probably would have sold closer, but it's interesting nevertheless. So
you're only checking SGC, only SGC, right? for this correlation experiment.
Yeah, that's there's one I will check one PSA for or I will check PSA for I have the Alcindor ruler, which I'm going to use.
All right.
So I have now as well. I'm going to showcase kind of the Hank Aaron 68 and an SGC 6. We can look into this one
and then see how it performed.
Yeah, see how it performs. So if let me bring that screen back up.
I think I don't know if I have any vintage SGC. Let me check and see. I think most of my stuff is PSA related.
Well, let's bring up 1968 tops. What number is that? 110. All right, so I'm pulling up the Hank Aaron. I'm using SGC 6. I probably could have used PSA 5 for that 1 year for bench. I probably would have gotten something. But all right, so I need all the listings over an entire time frame. So we're going to look at winter numbers first, and so I'll just use the first one that comes up with an auction of 15 bids. An SGC 6 recently sold for $118. So, or 2023, yeah, sold for 118. So we can populate that. 2022 looks like one sold in the November last year for about 132. So, and then 2021, we should see the peak of that time if it matches up, which this one sold with Heritage in December, the day after Christmas, for 150. So it's actually interesting how these numbers are a lot closer than the bench was in the winter. And then you have one for 86 in 2020.
Same grade?
These are all the same grades. And then here's one. This is interesting. So I'm going to use, let's see. So 2020, that was December. And then 2019, I was trying to see if there was one that sold in the winter, but it looks like, let's see. Yeah, I guess you can use this one, $64.99. So 65, it kind of drops off. And then 2018, we're looking at, one for $34.
Prices, so if memory serves me right, and I'm just going to based on my memory, prices were a little bit on the, there's a few dates when I recall prices being really crazy low, 2012 being one of them and 2018 being one of them. And I think that kind of shows up when you're looking through there that prices did kind of sit a little bit lower than what we're normally used to right now, just based on even those, but based on my memory of what I was picking up at the time, I was getting some good deals back in 12 and back in 18. I was picking up some nice stuff.
I mean, you can kind of see it right here. Yeah, like 2012, one sold for 37, 24, 26, 30, 23. I mean, these are very affordable numbers for a mid.
Look at the jump you get in 19. Look at the jump. What is that jump about? That's way up.
Yeah, this one was a best offer. So somebody took the opportunity to buy it at a much higher price because they either really wanted it or whatever the case may be. It might have been like, you can actually look. I don't know if the image will show up on here, but does it show up?
Yeah, it shows up just fine.
Yeah.
And you're able to zoom in on it.
Yeah, it's good centering on this one, but I mean, let me compare that one to one that sold in March.
I don't think I have much in the way of SGC stuff. I got PSA stuff I can see from my vintage. I don't know.
That would be so let me see. All right, so we'll do Hank Aaron in the summer now, like these summer sales. So if you look at summer, I'll try to use June or July, which is the heart of the season.
Baseball season.
So 2023 in July, one sold for 155, which is much higher than the 118 in the winter. 2022 around, let's see, July, one sold for 156 in June and then 114 in July. So just because these numbers are a lot closer, 156 and 160, I'll use the 156 as my reference. 2021 in August. Interesting. Oh no, 2021. Really not that many sales for a 6 in the summer. So we can jump over to PSA. See how that compares. Actually, I don't know if this is interesting. I figured it'd be kind of interesting to see how this breaks down. Gotta choose all. Let's see, a 6.
Oh, look, reminds me of looking at the stock market though, the way it's been rising over the years.
Yeah.
Those big uptick during the demic was crazy. Oh, I got this thing here. I got a Fred McGriff on a PSA.
So here's one from July that sold for 178 in 2021 for PSA. So I'll do 178.
Oh, that's from Golden though, right?
Yeah, I'm not sticking to one auction house. I'm sticking.
Yeah, Heritage and Golden get some big. I don't know. They got some good recruiting or what? They get some big numbers over there. Some crazy numbers sometimes.
If I jump to 2020, take a second. Let's see. Go to all. Only a couple more years I need to check on the Hank Aaron. So, wow, even in 2020, nothing sold. Not that many sales for summer sales for 6. I might just stick it out with PSA for the remainder of the.
Yeah, see if there's any cross correlation between PSA, SGC, summer sales, and winter sales too. Double check back and see what's going on with it.
A lot of work to do that on a live stream.
Well, not just today. I mean, not right this second. I mean, for future reference points, you could do that at another
absolutely
point in time when you're able to see. I wonder what would help crunch the numbers faster, though. Any idea?
I have my phone open right now that I'm putting in the spreadsheet as we do it. So I'm going to show the spreadsheet once I have these numbers punched in. So 2020, a lot of sales. PSA sales just dominated in this time frame, just completely dominated. So here's one this one came up first, auction for $93 in 2020. I'm just going to stick with PSA for the remainder because it looks like their sales. I mean, it makes sense because that time they were really the powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And they've slowly, not that they haven't died down, obviously, but you can see SGC has definitely become a lot more popular. So this one, 68 in 2019. And then 2018, let's see what we got in the summer. About 70, so $70. So
is this hologram typical for the back of these SGCs or no?
What's that?
Is this hologram that I have that I'm showing on the screen right here? Is this typical of SGC stuff?
Let me see. Stop sharing.
Sorry. Is that what goes on there or no?
I don't know, man. I've never seen that. It doesn't look like an SGC. That's an SGC slab on the back. Oh, it's an old slab.
Maybe this is what they used to do.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm really not sure. Well, I got to go pick up the phone and answer this. Adam's Card Closet's in here. Chance is in here. Appreciate you, Sammy, for having me. I got to go.
All right, man.
Bye, everyone. Salute to the chat.
Easy.
Salute, Sammy. Later, guys.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, let me I have the numbers between Hank Aaron summer versus winter. And I'm trying to see if I can, I'm going to try to add it here. Let me see. It's not coming up for whatever reason on my chart, but that's okay. Very interesting. Actually, no, I think they did come up. Let me see. Did they come up? Well, I'm going to bring up the spreadsheet anyway. And let me leave a link if y'all want to join in on this. Rick, school's in session. Got my notepad out, ready for the quiz. I wouldn't call this anything even remotely like a school session. This is just me being bored and wanting to come on and look at numbers. There's no rationality for my reasoning. It's just figured I'd see what everyone is up to, and if anybody wants to join, please join the live stream. I'm definitely be better to have somebody else to kind of chime in on the commentary as well. But let me bring up, I'm going to try to see if I can add the two data points together. Let me see, window. Okay. All right. So that's my Johnny Bench numbers. And let me get rid of these. And I'll just put, these are the summer numbers for Hank Aaron. So just because, so Hank Aaron summer. And then this is the Hank Aaron winter numbers. Let me get rid of this stuff. You guys get to see my prowess of using, why is this graph not showing up all of a sudden? All right, sorry about that. Okay. All right, so comparing. Make sure I got the number. Which ones? Okay, so summer for Hank Aaron cards, it looks like the summer numbers are better, but it's so close between 2019 and 2020. They really, the trajectory is very much the same in terms of the response. 2018 summer outperformed by nearly double, and then 2019 and 2020 are very close, 68 to 65, 93 to 86. 2021, 178, 150, remotely close. 2022, you can see the same trajectory as far as how the numbers correlate. And then in 2023, there's a little bit more of a gap. But it's so interesting to see the differences. When you look at the Johnny Bench, it's so all over the place, chaotic. When you look at Hank Aaron's 68, they're pretty close. So very interesting, to say the least. Jim's asking, do you have any Ryan graded cards that you show? I have the 68 rookie. I have the 69, and I think that's all that I have for Ryan stuff. No, I don't have the transogram. That's one that I want. I'm looking to find the transogram. And Rick, what is Rick saying? No excuse, Orlando, get your calculator and let's go. I can't tell if Rick is mocking me for wanting to do a video like this, or if because I know Rick is all about the analytics, right, Rick? So, oh man, but yeah, I think Rick. I know Rick is a big Mathewson collector like myself. He has a really great collection, and but Rick doesn't come on live streams, and I would love Rick to come on the live stream and show some of his Mathewson stuff, because I've only seen a fraction of it, and I would love to see more. So Rick, this is an invitation. I do hope you come on, join the link, join the madness, join the fun, and let's see if there's anything you want to show. Rick is the Bill James of oddball cards. Yeah, he absolutely is. Absolutely is. No denying that. Hang on one second. I'm gonna, while I'm waiting, if anybody else wants to join, feel free. But while we're waiting to see what happens with that, I'm gonna bring over the spreadsheet again. I just need to. We're gonna look at two basketball cards now and see how they perform, and just kind of compare. So. Let's see, this is the Lou Alcindor summer, and this will be the winter. Actually, we'll do this summer, do this winter. So yeah, Lou Alcindor, it's a popular card for collectors alike, and so let me show that. And excuse me, just giving you the business. I'm enjoying it. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it, man. Okay. Lou Alcindor, 1969 Topps, his first year card, very popular amongst collectors, the most valuable card of that set. And probably because there's not that many 1.5, I'm just going to show sales that are like a 2, and I'll try to get as much as I can to analyze the data. How does the Lou Alcindor 69 card perform between summer sales and winter sales? Is there a difference? So let me bring up the vintage card prices. we'll take a look. So 1969 tops. Oh, got to switch over to basketball. Tops, and his number is 25. Okay. So like I mentioned, we're going to look at twos, and I'm going to, since it's SGC, I'm going to try to stick with SGC as the primary source. And we'll look at all sales. Hopefully we're going to start with winter sales, which I'd imagine basketball cards in the winter probably, I think, do a lot better. So first sale that comes up for the winter, hang on one second, just updating my spreadsheet. So this would be 2023, and November, one sold for $483. Just gonna update my phone here, my records. And as we go back in time, try to go to another November sale. Can't find one in 2022. They're all summer sales. So we're going to switch over to, let's see. Switch over to PSA. Take a look at those. 2022 sales. I think we'll probably just stick with PSA because there's going to be more sales of those than SGC. So in November of 2022, roughly around that time, one sold for $552. So, all right. So we have 2023 was 483. 2022 was 550. What was it? 552. There was actually two that sold that day, but we'll stick with this number. 2021, if we go back even further, PSA, November, this is where it peaks, I think, 725, 800. We'll do the 725. 2020, if we look at the winter sales, wow, actually, it's interesting to see that there's a 995, 999, 699, so 511. They're kind of all over the place. So, but they're closer. There's more sales in the 900 range, so we'll do the 920 for that option. 2019 in the winter, interesting. This is where it drops off considerably. 280. What a huge drop off in 2019. And then 2018 is 156. And these are all winter sales with PSA. Now, if we go back, we'll do the summer. We'll start with 2018. 2018, we'll do, again, June. So June of 2018, this one sold for 155. So 155. 2019, go back up. And the spring looks like it went up. So like around like 220. And then in 2020 in the spring, about 300. That is really wild to me. In 2021 in the spring or summer, this is where it gets really hefty. So I'll put that's 300. Sorry, 2021 about 1,000 and 1,001. 2022 715, and then 2023 got summer sales of about 580, 750, 460, 532. I'll choose the 476 because it kind of averages out. 470. I'll round up 477. Okay. Interesting stuff. Just checking to see who's here. So I put the graph together so we could take a look at the Alcindor between summer and winter sales. Let me bring that screen up if I can. Hopefully it updated. I think it did. Okay, let me get rid of the Hank Aaron stuff so we can focus purely on the very interesting trajectory here. Roughly, they're pretty much at the same value point right here. That 2018, somewhere in the 240 range. They both summer and winter sales kind of intersect. 2019, let's see, which one is the winter? Okay, so the winter sales in 2019 outperformed a little bit over the summer, and in 2020, the winter sales just completely blew the summer sales away. I mean, that to me is really a fascinating difference between like roughly 300 and almost $1,000, or $850 or something. And then 2021, you have the summer outperforming the winter. Let me see if I can zoom out so we can see it. But the summer looked like it got probably about $1,000, and the winter was a little under 825. 2022, the gap kind of narrowed. We could see the same trajectory that over time, this kind of just they're starting to kind of fall back down a little bit. But this to me is the big surprise. 2020, there's such a huge gap in between the summer and the winter prices. But interesting to see that for basketball, it doesn't really have much of an effect comparatively to baseball. Or baseball seems to be more geared around the season, where basketball, I guess, is sort of, but I don't know. I don't know what y'all think. Let me step out of the graph. Hey, Jackson, how you doing, man? But yeah, what do y'all think? I mean, summer versus winter sales. Does the NBA season, do basketball cards perform better during the season, during the basketball season, or does it not matter? Same goes with baseball. Do baseball cards perform better during the baseball season? And does it matter if it's vintage or not? I don't know. Based on the data, some cards it shows it does, and some it doesn't. So I thought that was kind of interesting, nevertheless, to kind of showcase some of the differences there. But what do y'all think in the chat? Love to hear what you have to say on that matter. And just putting the link in here again. If anybody wants to join, please do so. I really just came on here to look at this sort of data between winter, summer, basketball, baseball, vintage, and so forth. But all right, I guess while I'm waiting, if anybody wants to join, I will show this in a separate video, but I figured now is a good time to show it because I think Orlando might still be here, but if he's not, that's all good. The Mathewson piece that I traded for, this was, Orlando has two of these, and he has one in a higher grade. And so he had this one, and we were in the For Collectors live stream for what's it called, for the trade night that they were doing, and I hopped on pretty late. It was probably around like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I figured I'd jump on and see what's going on. I honestly did not anticipate doing any trades, but it was pretty amazing that show the Koufax rookie that I had in an SGC3. If you've seen Orlando's video, you'll know what I'm talking about. And so I had the Koufax 3, and I show it, and there were a couple people interested. But then I see Orlando hop on the live stream, and I'm thinking, okay, I just, like, the nerves started hitting, because I started thinking, oh man, I felt like that was going to happen, that he was going to bring the Mathewson on, which he did. And we've been having this discussion for quite a while. We were having a discussion, like, he was offering me the opportunity to buy this from him. And to me, it worked out a lot better for that we were able to make a trade, because I was able to help him build his collection with a Koufax rookie, and he was able to help me add to my Mathewson shrine behind me. But yeah, he came on the live stream and he presented this, and my reaction was kind of in shock. I was just like, oh wow, that's pretty, yeah, we got to do it. Absolutely. We've been going back and forth on this. And so I traded him the Koufax plus 250 cash kicker for this beautiful 1949 Leafs premium. So great piece to add to the collection. I bought something today, actually, another Mathewson piece. It was not on my list, and it was very much an impromptu purchase, just out of nowhere. I got to show it, but it's gonna come. It'll get to me probably next week or so. But let me see if I can bring it up. I've never seen anything like it before. So bought it off eBay. Let me see, purchases, purchase history. I hope it shows on here. I don't know if I have to click on. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen, so hopefully this comes up for y'all. But this is a purchase that I made today, and very unique item, and I've never seen it before. It's not come up on any list that I've done research for, and I'm going to show it right now. This is a 1913 Durham Razor Company, Brooklyn and New York schedule. It's the home game schedule for that year, and so it has Christy Mathewson on the front, and it says, "Will he make good this year?" And it's pretty cool because it says, "Maddie and the Durham Duplex Safe Razor always make good. Read what Maddie says." Now, this one I thought was really, really cool. It's not obviously not. It's just printed, but it's like his endorsement for this razor. And I am a sucker for stuff that is like it's like a counterculture sort of thing, or a clash of cultures. You have Americana with the Durham Duplex razor, the logo, and just the promotional aspect to it. And they're doing some sort of sweepstakes on here. And then you also have just the culture clash of a famous baseball player. And I love stuff like that, and it's really cool to see something like this. It's authentic. SGC has only graded one of these, and this is it. I'd imagine they've stopped, which might be the reason why you haven't seen another one. But who knows? I haven't come across another one of these when I did my research. And the back of this is really cool. You got the schedule. So you got both Brooklyn games at home and New York games at home, and the entire year. And then what I love this is that they have a little like a drawing, or what's the word, like a comic, I guess, a little bit of a comic here, and trivia question. Can't really rotate it right now, but nevertheless, it was a cool item. Let me go back. So yeah, I thought that was a really cool addition. Yeah, I'm trying to see. So Jim is asking, when did I start collecting Mathewson stuff? Probably started a couple of years ago when I got the T206. I mean, that's kind of a good jump off point. That was T206 Mathewson white cap. This one was, someone wrote on it and obviously took a bite out of it. Somebody's dog took a bite out of it. It's a Piedmont back. So this was kind of like my starting point with Mathewson, and I started looking into his career more. And being a New Yorker, I guess, I obviously, he was pre-war, and excuse me, there's not much footage of him, but it was kind of cool to hear about his legacy, to hear about how genuine of a player he was. And you love stories like that where he was had a presence on the mound. And again, being from New York, Polo Grounds, my grandfather, he grew up on the Upper West Side, and my great-grandfather moved here and grew up in the city as well. So it's kind of carries over into with me. And honestly, outside of the Mathewson aspect of it, the story, I like to collect items um, that have a really nice design to them. I'm not a big fan of the kind of like monotone colors or black and white sort of stuff. I want something that has a lot of color and a lot of really that kind of if you put it in a display somewhere, it really kind of shows very nicely. So like one of my I've shown this before, but the 1939 Centennial stamp Mathewson. Look, there's just so much going on in this, and the detail they got in this stamp is just really remarkable. So, I was really a big fan of that. But I hope I answered your question, Jim. There's no rhyme or reason. Everybody collects a certain way, and I like colorful pieces. I like unique pieces, and so yeah, that's that's hopefully that answers your question. When I started, not only when I started, but just kind of how that springboarded. Um, yeah, Orlando said he's never seen that piece, but he was helping me earlier with the purchase, as well as John. John was answering some questions for me, so I appreciate both of you guys responding back to me. Dom says, old schedules are so cool. Congrats. Surprised to see it was slab. The grading companies seem to stay away from that. I'd imagine that they probably will. I was thinking about when I do get it, I was hoping that if I bring it to the National with me, that maybe SGC would re-slab it for me with the new, the up-to-date slab, but we'll see. Orlando saying, also was a college educated. Matty was loved by everyone. Yeah, I mean, he was as genuine as can be, as humble, integrity, you name it. So okay, that's good to know, Rick. You've seen those schedules before? I guess they must be raw, or were they PSA? It'd be interesting. I'd be curious to know. But the guy who I bought it from, he said he's going to be at the National. So he's been selling at the National for the past 30 years. So hopefully, I'm definitely going to go to his table when he's there. So, and let's see, Jim, you said that you've read that. Yeah, he was very honest man. Absolutely. Okay, Rick confirmed. Yeah, so the schedule 1913 schedule was ungraded. That's cool. Yeah, when I did the pop report, it showed that there's only one graded with SGC, and that's the one. So I made an offer, and it was, like I said, it wasn't on my list of items that I wanted, but it just came up, and I have hobby money to spend right now, so I figured why not? Why not go through and do it? Speaking of colorful items, colorful cards in my collection. I've shown this a lot, but I love the rulers. I wouldn't say these are rare, but you don't see them at shows too often. I don't know if it's the dealers don't want to bring them out because they just take up a lot of space, or what the situation may be. But yeah, the Alcindor, I got this one off of a Facebook group. Paid about $400, I think, for that one. The rulers are cool, man. I mean, again, you don't see them too often. It's not that they're rare. It's just that I just don't see them at shows, but they're definitely available for purchase. I've heard people talk about them being rare, but I don't know how rare they can be. I think one a ruler or a poster came in every pack. So the odds of finding a ruler inside one of the 1969 packs was likely. So I don't know how many are out there. We can do a pop report and check. It's unfortunate SGC doesn't grade them. But let's take a look. I'm actually curious. I'm going to pull up a screen for PSA pop report, and we'll take a look together and see if we can find anything on those rulers. Let's see, 1969 tops. Alcindor. Let's see if I can find anything, and I'll share the screen in a second once I have it up. But okay, because the only PSA grades and let's see, number 10. Okay, so let me share the screen with y'all so y'all can see what I'm seeing. So, all right, so we're looking at PSA's pop report, and the Alcindor number 10, the grade, I think it starts low grades and then they move up. So there are 15 ones and there's 28 twos, and I have one of the 28. So there's a total of 300 that have been graded with PSA, and that clearly probably outweighs all the others. I think just because it's it's his first year. So Kareem, the next closest pop report number is Havlicek, I think, 190. Looking at these other numbers, I can make it a little bigger actually. And it looks like the pop report, there's a total of almost 3,000 have been graded. So, and there's a lot of I've seen them raw, so they're not uncommon. You can find them. It's just for whatever reason you just don't see them at shows too often. But I like them a lot. I think they're really unique looking, and I've built a pretty nice collection of the Lou Alcindors. So, but yeah, right now the list, I'll show the list of what I'm looking for. Maybe somebody can gear me in the right direction, or put me in the right direction. They're my desired cards that I'm looking for. So let me do this real fast. Oh, one sec. Just going to put that aside for a minute. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you the stuff I'm looking for. And what I did was I created a spreadsheet that has the card inside so you can see what it looks like. So let's pull that up. Desired cards. So these are the stuff that I'm looking for to add to my collection. I can't imagine the bazooka Sievers go for a lot. Again, not rare I don't think they're rare by any means, but they're not as common as like the Topps cards that you see at the shows, like his rookie or his 68 solo card. This one is really cool. I'm hoping I can find this one. Forgive me, the pronunciation is probably going to be terrible. Ajma Manama, 72. This is a stamp that was, I think, I was told was given out in Japan, but it has Seaver on the front and it has William McCovey on the back, so you can kind of see through both. But I love the blue. I love the blue colors to this. So those are the two Seaver items I'm looking for right now. The Transagram Ryan is the big one I'm looking for. Looks like they take the 1969 photo of him from the Topps card and they kind of planted it on here. For those unfamiliar with the Transagrams, it was a box with the figurines inside, and the 1970, forgive me if I'm wrong here, but 1970 came with 3 figurines, so you'd have Ryan and 2 other figures as well. On the back of the boxes, you would have these cutouts. You can cut out and have your own card. And so Ryan was one of them. It's one that I'm looking for. They go for a lot. You don't see them too often. Another card you don't really see too often. It's not your average card, but the Sportcaster with Larry Bird with Indiana State. This one's a really cool card. There's variations of this one depending on the country. So there's different variations that they've come out with over the year during that time. And I've seen these go for big money, but I've also seen it for reasonable prices, like $200-300. In terms of pricing for like a rookie card, this one to me it's a college card, but it's the closest thing to a rookie. Let me just check to see with the. Let's see. I would like to find one of those Ryan Transagrams. You and me both, Jen. Yeah, those are tough to find. Troy, how's it going, man? It's been some time, man. Good to see you back. Let me go back to that screen. All right, so back here. Now this one is the one I really would love to have. I love again, this is kind of like the Durham Razor where you have a culture clash. You have it here as well. The Willie Mays 1952 Coca-Cola tips, the test tips. This is amazing. I mean, Coca-Cola, Willie Mays schedule, it's remarkable. I love the look of it. I'm kicking myself because I saw that one sold for like 2,000 and I forgot the grading company, GSA or something like that. It was a 1.5. It was pretty beat up, but I would have taken that in a heartbeat because these don't come up. I don't see them ever. Didn't see them at the show. My best bet would be to find it at the National, but they just go for so much money. There's one on eBay right now going for like $60,000, and it's just absurd, the pricing. The Stahlmeyer is another one I would like to have. That one is tough as well. I don't see him too often. I talked to a guy that bought the most recent one in an SGC 9, I think, and I'm trying to remember how much he paid, but I know he paid big money. I think like $90,000 for it. Moving on to Bill Russell. I don't anticipate having any of this stuff. It's just kind of like a wish list. The All-American Sports Club, his true rookie. Imagine getting that. I don't see it happening, but beautiful. I would love to just see one on display. I don't know what the Topps test set goes for. I was looking around. I just, I don't think I saw one on eBay sold recently. So I don't know what they go for. They could go for thousands and thousands and thousands, or they could go for, I don't know, maybe a couple grand. I don't know. But again, I think these two, my best bet would be at the National, because I went to the Philly show, didn't find it there. The National is probably my best bet. But moving on to Mathewson, this is, again, a lot of these are just kind of like, yeah, not going to happen, but would love to see it in person. The Rose Company, Mathewson would be great to see. I'll never be able to afford it. Forget it. But it's really cool. The German baseball stamp this one would be kind of cool. I'm not as big of a fan as this one. This one, I love the red and everything, but it's just a little too darkened for my liking. The die cut, I love the die cuts. I think the die cuts are super cool. So I would love to find this one. Again, I think the National is my best bet. So let me, I'm just going to see if there's any additional comments been mentioned. Hey, Matt. Well, glad you're here. Evening all, better late than never. Absolutely. Let's see. Matt's saying my kind of cards. Definitely need to rewatch this later. So let me go back. 1910 J.H. Dockman and Sons All-Star Baseball. It's kind of cool. It's very grainy, the way this looks. It's not, out of all the Mathewsons I'm going to show you on this list, it's not my top priority. As well as the Baseball Bats Candy. It's a little too dark, a little too red, and, not my favorite. Let me just go right to the one that I think would be cool to have. The pennant. This one would be super cool to have. The Kravitz felt pennants. Love to find that one if I could. Postico stamps. Again, it would be nice to have. I like how it says star pitcher. This one I see is going for about like $1,200 right now on eBay. I think it's like a 6, PSA 6. 1930 post serial famous North Americans, greatest of all baseball pitchers. I love this one because it has him kind of like just the center focus, and behind him is a live game going on and a red sky, which is kind of unusual. And then the 69-70 bazookas, I don't think these go for a whole lot, so I think these are reasonable. I could probably find one pretty easily, but we'll see. Kind of cool, nevertheless. Just checking to see who's in the chat. Eric showed up. Hey, Eric. It's been a while, man. Hope you're all having a great Saturday evening. Yes, I hope you are too. So, and Adam's card closet. Adam, I did get your email. You're asking about some cards, which I will report back. It's just been a little busy lately, but yeah, let me resend the invitation over. If anybody wants to join the live stream, by all means, I'd love to kind of just bounce ideas off with people. So feel free to join in. You know, I'm kind of running out of things to say, to be honest with you, but I guess. Well, you know, an important thing to mention, I know Orlando's here, is that we're co-hosting a live stream together in the near future for our 2,000 subscriber giveaway, which thank you very much, all of you, for subscribing and helping both of us get to that milestone, which is really a real challenge. But it's been great. It's been fun. I always look forward to you know, going to shows, recording the shows, seeing what's there, and that's really, you know, it's exhilarating in a good way. Troy's asking any 69s. What do you mean by that? Do you mean the top 69 cards, or do you mean something else? Let me know what you're referring to. And yeah, Orlando, thanks to everyone who participated, much appreciated. Oh, any 69s available? Yeah, you know, I mean, the Johnny Bench, you know, this one's available. If you want, I can show you what will be available. I'm trying to see where I have my stuff. 1 second. If you're curious to see what I'm selling, yeah, absolutely. Let me show you. Let me bring up the stuff. Okay. Jim, yeah, that's not going to change, man. I mean, those videos are to me the ones that people enjoy most. I enjoy recording, and have built good relationships with dealers. Jim is saying to please keep recording the shows when you go. Absolutely, I will definitely. That's not going to stop. So Troy was asking if I had any 69s for sale. I do. I don't know off the top of my head. So, you just started the set. That's cool. Very cool. It's a good set. I think it's it's not too expensive. When I built it, I made the mistake of kind of building it from scratch, which is more expensive. So it's better if you buy lots, or if you buy the entire set or a majority of it, and then just rebuild the lower grade stuff if that's what you want to do. 69 cards. I have a Seaver in a 6.5 that I'm selling. This one's pretty nice looking. Seaver 69. 69s. If I have any more. Oh, the Raleigh Fingers is first year card. Kind of cool to see without the without the stash. So I have that one as well, and I have some raw stuff too. I think if we can. Yeah, no, Orlando's saying, yeah, the bench card is my favorite from the 60s, and Orlando has a really nice one. That's an 8. And Matt's saying great registration picture on that Seaver. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a really nice looking one. So these are for sale that I'm selling. 6.5, and then a bench that's a 5. And yeah, let me open up. I have some stuff here. I got to take a look to see if I have any other 69 stuff, but I have stuff for sale that I'm going to be moving. If it's 69 in particular, I have a raw Seaver as well. Here's a raw Seaver that I picked up in the summer. So this one's also available. If you don't want to buy a graded one, you prefer a raw one, you can do this as well. It's probably less expensive, honestly, to buy it raw. So let's see, any more 69s? Oh, thanks, Mookie. Orlando, appreciate it, man. And Mookie, killer cards as always. Thank you. That might be it. I mean, I have a checklist, which, you know, like that's it's pretty nice looking. Not too bad. It's like $1. I'm asking $1 for the checklist. It's pretty nice. On the back, it's a little, corners are roughed up, so it's not the, it has good, a good appeal to it. It has Reggie Jackson on there. Pretty nice for $1. Try to be fair with my prices. Try to be reasonable. I want to try to make deals for anybody that wants to build sets or build player sets, what have you. These are all mixed over here. And then I have some stuff I think that are like semi-stars or lower, like, let's see what else I have and if there's any more 69s. No, not that many that I can see here. A lot of the times I usually have a lot of the star players. Here's a Clay Dalrymple, which is I think the, not an error card. He had 2 cards from that set. So I think this is like the more valuable one. So him with the Phillies there. I actually sold, it's funny, I sold my 69 set for the majority of it at the National this year. There's some guy who was building the set. Definitely the checklist. Okay, yeah, I can put that aside. Yeah, let me put my email down. So if you see anything you like, you can email me. And let me put it down right now, gmail.com. So that's my email address. You can reach me there and let me know. So, but yeah, no, I mean, if you want, I can go through what I have. I have a bunch of different stuff, basketball and baseball and like a few football cards. But, I've got this 73 Clemente, which I thought looks pretty nice. The front's nice. The back is off center, but I think it's usually either the front or back. I think Doug Deacon's cardboard has kind of priority over this one, but he was asking about the Eddie Murray, so I got to give him priority on this one. So Eddie Murray, 71 Seaver. Here I have the Mays Mantle Killebrew from 68. If I can get it in focus. This one is wrinkled up. It's a low grade, so it's not going to grade very high. But I bought it raw with hoping that I'd be able to move it because being in New York, might get a mantle collector who would want it. I'm sorry, I can't get into focus for you. My camera's not budging. Anyway. 58 All-Star Hank Aaron. I actually really like the All-Star cards. They're really cool looking. This is a real shame I can't get this in focus. Get it better. There we go. Just had to hold it steady. So, and I showed you all the Seaver already. So the Seaver, 69. Got a 1960 Ernie Banks. This one has wrinkles to it, so it's not high grade by any means, but still presents very well. Good centering to it. Here we have a McCovey. Pretty sharp looking, a little off center. Sparky Anderson, his second year card. Now, this player doesn't get a lot of love. Is Eddie Matthews? Just does not get a lot of love in the hobby, unless it's the 52. Anyway, yep. Jim says my favorite set is the 72 Tops. It took me time to complete it. 72 Tops it takes a lot of people to complete. It takes a lot of time to complete that one. That one is that one takes a while. It's a big one. It's a monster. Trying to see if I can get us back in focus here. Not sure why this camera's funny. This camera acts very funny. Yeah, the 72 high numbers are tough. Absolutely. Trying to see if I can get us back in focus. This camera's really not budging. So, I'll throw the invitation out one more time. It's tough to do this live stream as a solo performer. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys coming on, joining the live stream. I'm sorry the camera sucks right now, but there's something up with just. Let me try to use the card here. There we go. That should get us back. It's much better. Thank you, Troy. I appreciate you sticking around, just hanging out. Jim, you're doing great. This is fun. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, good times all around. Yeah, so I'm really consolidating the collection down. Really bringing it down to so that I can, I'm gonna sell at shows again. I'm doing a show next Sunday, New Year's Eve in Connecticut. If you're in the area, I also have some pre-war stuff I'm going to be selling. I can show you some of that as well. Reach over here and grab it. I got some raw pre-war that I can show you. One just fell out, which is kind of scary. Okay. All right. So first one is I got a nice looking Moose McCormick New York Giants pre-war T206 Piedmont back. I'm trying to remember a Moose McCormick story. I think Moose McCormick was one of the first like pinch hitters or pinch runners or some. I forget what it was. There's some crazy statistic about him. But he played with the Giants, played with Mathewson, played with Larry Doyle. And speaking of Doyle, here we go, Larry Doyle. This one, it goes through his head. It looks like a pen mark, but really it's, excuse me, it's a hole. And still very cool. This one is for sale as well. Larry Doyle, one of the first MVPs. This is Mr. Wahoo himself, Sam Crawford. Initially, I think Crawford and Ty Cobb had a good relationship, but then, they became very competitive over time. So, nice looking Sam Crawford card. That will be for sale at my next show. Johnny Evers with the. See if we can get him in focus. Chicago. I might need to use two hands for this one. Why is it the other ones work so well, but this one doesn't? This camera is such a pain. Come on, you can do it. Johnny does not want to get in focus, apparently. Anyway, Johnny Evers. This one has a slightly sad story. SGC did not feel comfortable handling this card because I guess it's so delicate, so they didn't grade it. But I have no reason to believe that this is not authentic. I have every reason to believe that it's legit. So I am selling the Evers card. Have some Southern Leaguers as well. This one's an old mill back, which is nice to see. And this one is of Breitenstein. I think it's Ted Breitenstein, if I'm not mistaken. So this one will also be available at my next show. Here we have Fritz, also from a Southern Leaguer from New Orleans. This one has a Piedmont back. Hal Chase, big name for New York, one of his many cards. This one also Piedmont. I think his name was Jim Slagle. You can tell me with Baltimore. And this week a portal back. Yeah, Matt's saying Southern Leaguers are much tougher to find. Yeah, I'm sure they'll definitely sell. It's the hope. I try to, just trying to get my money back on it to really kind of move my PC in a different direction. I love the T206 stuff, but I kind of want to move it now to, or roughly when the baseball season starts. But, and then Jake Beckley. Matt's asking any T205s. I do not have any T205s, unfortunately. Never got into those, but let's see if I can get Beckley in focus. My hand moves too much, it's a problem. feel like he was just there. Adjusting. There you go. Jake Beckley. Hall of Famer. Polar Bear back. So those are the raw T206s that I have. And yeah, no, absolutely. It's more than fair to ask that question. Let's see if I can do this gracefully. Jeez. Last thing I want to do is knock any of that stuff over. So I have some graded as well that I'm going to be moving. First one is Rube Marquard, T206, hand up thighs. So for those that love the low grade stuff, that's what I have. Have some good low grade stuff to share. Next one is Vic Willis. We're throwing with a 1.5 SGC. And a lot of these I bought raw. I don't think there was, might have been one that I bought graded, but I'm just gonna keep this one out for now. Next one, I love the Huey Jennings. This one has paper loss, unfortunately, but you got the expression, both hands showing. Very special card. Polar Bear back. Matt's looking for the Hank Guarantee 205. This one I really like. I like a lot, but I'm ready to move it now. Is the Eddie Collins Piedmont back. Love the portrait. So again, if anybody's interested in low grade T206, that's what I have. That's what I sell, or what I will be selling. Nap Lajoie with the bat. This one has the Polar Bear back. Mookie's asking if I considered setting up on Whatnot. I bet your cards would do well there. I have not done it. I'm trying to kind of keep it close with some of the content creators here that would like to, that if they need help with their collection, I want to try to help some of the guys here before kind of shifting outside. So that's why I'm kind of showing these now. If anybody, I'm showing them for two reasons. One, because it's always cool to see cards, and two, is if there's somebody that wants to find something, I might have it. Excuse me. So. Matt saying Rick Foley. Good stuff. Here we have Joe Kelly. Speaker Pearl back. This one's pretty low grade. Next one is this one I really like a lot. It's the Addy Joss pitching. I think I've been talking to Jake from Legends Ever Die because I think he's looking to add on to his T206 collection. Cross Coco, I do not. A lot of the stuff I'm selling is going to be more, like I guess you could say, sort of like common, or not common stuff, but not Cross Coco. Unfortunately, I don't have anything of that. But I appreciate you asking. Moving along, the Roger Bresnahan with the old slab. Not bad looking. Piedmont back. A lot of the stuff are mostly Piedmont. I don't really have a lot of the more rare backs, but this one, Clark Griffith in batting. Absolutely, man. Thank you. Thank you for watching, Unicorn. Okay, Adam. Yeah, I know we spoke over email, so we can talk a little bit further. But yep, Clark Griffith batting. Now we're out, getting outside of pre-war. I think I think that's all the pre-war that I have. There might be some more in this box, but 52 Mays, the Bowman. I'm ready to move this one. So I have the 52 tops, which I'm happy with, but the Bowman, if I get the right price, I am happy to move this one. I don't think I showed that in the last trade video, but I got a Tommy Heinsohn 57, his rookie or his first year. Can't remember which year he first came in the league, but yeah, Tommy Heinsohn, his first year card, or first card. Moving along, Monty Irvin 52. Nice looking card of his. It's just, it's like paint or something, I got this at the National in a bargain bin. I graded it just for the sake of grading it. Moving on, Brooks Robinson 57. What a nice looking first year of his. Really nice one of his. Great photo. If you go to 58, following year, that photo is atrocious. More pre-war. Clark Griffith, his portrait. Trying to get this in focus. There we go. Nice looking portrait of him there. Really great card. 2.5. Here we have Chief Bender. Pitching tree with the trees in the background. Here we go. Iron Joe McGinnity. Piedmont Cigarettes. Not a bad looking card of his. Piedmont. Jim's saying that he likes the Brooks card. Yeah, me too. I'm a little reluctant to sell that. I would have to get, try to get what I paid for it. I don't think it's gone up since, but here we got John McGraw, arguably the greatest pre-war manager. Good looking portrait of his. Tris Speaker for his only card in the T206 set. And these are some of the cards I got back today. This will be available. The Monty Irvin SGC4. This one I just got back today from SGC. Really like the grade on it. Really love that it's centered. Here we got a 71 Nolan Ryan. Had this one for a bit. 4.5. The Jordan Fleer. Got this one back today. Trying to sell the set. And finally, a Thurman Munson 4.5. So, a lot of options, a lot of stuff that will be available. I really prefer, I would always love to try to sell or trade with Yao here, with other creators, content creators like myself, to help further your collections along. So if that's a possibility, let me put my email down. Y'all can reach out. Right now. So my email's in the chat. Y'all can reach out to me. I can take photos for you. Maybe we can work on a trade. Maybe we can work on a deal. Happy to work with y'all to see if we can get something going. But put these over. I'm gonna put these back down here. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm running out of steam, honestly. Unless somebody wants to join in, I'll leave the invitation. I remember, was it a couple weekends ago, we had 4 people in here. It was a lot of fun. Made my life a lot easier. Didn't have to lose my voice in the process. Looks like we have 13. We've had 13 consistently in here. So thank you guys again for hanging out, chatting it up with me. And again, if there's something you like, reach out to me, and we can talk about making a trade or a deal. My list is pretty narrow right now as far as what I'm looking for. So I don't know. Unicorn's asking, is that a 67 Venezuelan? Do you have any? I don't. This is the only Venezuelan I have. Is the Mathewson. 67. Yeah, this is the only one that I have. I don't collect Venezuelans too much. Oh, I mean, I'm not finishing up yet. So, but that's the unicorn. That's the only Venezuelan I have. I haven't collected a lot of Veni stuff, but I know a guy that has a bunch of it. I know Dom has a 72 Carew Venezuelan. That was really cool. I think it's a Venezuelan. I don't know if Dom's still here, but yeah, Orlando, let me know next time. I'll join you. I was having dinner. No problem. Next time, absolutely. And Jim, thanks for having us. Have a Merry Christmas. You too, sir. You too. Right around the corner. And yeah, you know, it's gonna be. I think it'll be a good 2024 for the hobby. I hope it will be. That's my hope. So I guess you know what, I'll end it because I guess you know everyone has some watchers and some commenters, but I guess no, might be some people might be too busy to join right now, and I'm losing my voice. So I think I'm gonna end it here. But if anyone has any other questions or any other comments before we go, I'll leave the floor open for a few more minutes. Jason, what's up, man? Happy holidays. Love the content. Love the channel. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Just stopping and saying hello. Well, hello to you as well. I always, you know what? I love doing this. What do you want for what do you want for Christmas? I'm hoping for a new TV, honestly, and a PlayStation 4. Baseball Time Traveler says, thanks for showing some beautiful cards, Sammy. Enjoyed your presentation. Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'd love to rip some packs with my son. Age 12, mostly baseball cards. Yeah, that's definitely something worthwhile doing. I don't know, Jason, if I guess you're in Vermont, so I know there's a few shops out there, but I guess there are few and far between. Awesome, love the card community. Yeah, me too. Really enjoy spending time with you guys. Scrapbook Boxing says, hey, Sammy Thunder, my name is Scrapbook Boxing. I guess he meant to say I follow you in Orlando Collector's Dream. Very impressed with your channel and content. Thanks for what you do. Thank you, Scrapbox. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you subscribing to both myself and to Orlando. All right, forgive me. My voice is starting to crack, and I don't want to embarrass myself further. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. We hit roughly about an hour and a half, but I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday. Keep on collecting. And if there's anything you liked from what I showed, feel free to reach out. If there's anything you're looking for, feel free to reach out. If I don't have it, then I can definitely forward you to somebody who does. And so again, have a safe and happy holiday. I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.